there, welcome to another edition of Modern Retro Review. Now, I've noticed to myself that I haven't been playing or doing many videos about BBC Micro games in recent months, mainly because my BBC Micro type-ins series has stalled a little bit. I am still working on the next episode of that, should be along in the next week or two, hopefully, if I can get it finished. But what I thought I'd do in this video, to make up a little bit for the lack of BBC Micro coverage on my channel recently, is to play 3 different BBC Micro homebrew games, and this is the first of those. This is White Light by Sarah Walker, originally released in 2017 by Retro Software. It is available as a free download. I'll put a link to the downloadable page, that way you can download it from, I should say, in the pinned comment on this video, along with the other 2 games when I get to those. As you can see, good presentation. It had a nice loading screen. It's got a title screen with the scrolling star field. Graphics, by the way, on this one by John Blythe. I didn't mention that. It does give you the controls, so I will just let it go back to that screen to remind myself what they are. Hopefully. Here's the logo for the game, which is nicely done as well. This is billed as being an unofficial sequel to Fire Track, which was a really good vertically scrolling shoot 'em up on the BBC Micro, by the way. It looks like it supports joysticks because it says space or fire. So we've got Z and X for left and right, the usual colon and slash for up and down, and fire and bomb as well. So I'm just going to get started now. So, as already noted, it is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up. Nice smooth scrolling. You can hold the return button down to fire, to auto fire, so that's nice. So we've got some different backdrops. It's essentially a Star Force clone, although as mentioned it's also billed as a sequel to Fire Track. It's got some really nice music, which you don't get on a lot of BBC Micro games, especially homebrew ones necessarily. So certainly a very well put together game by the looks of it. That's a power up, so I've now got 2-way fire, so that's nice as well. Variety of enemies coming down, which aren't too challenging to get rid of at the moment. There's nothing shooting back at me as yet. Backdrops are, again, the typical sort of thing you'd see in these kind of games. We've got some blue planetscapes, some kind of girders and things. Oop, and I've got killed because I didn't get out of the way of that. There is a smart bomb as well. I don't really see the need to use that at the moment. I'm struggling to shoot these enemies though. There's also some ground-based installations that you can shoot at. Sound effects, the sound for the bullets is fine, but I do think the noise it makes when you're destroying an enemy is a little bit high-pitched and annoying, and kind of distracts a little bit. It would be nice if that wasn't there, or it was a more meaty explosion sound, I would say. Let's just use a smart bomb there. I didn't really use that to the best of its capabilities. Let's try it there. There we go. There's a smart bomb. So that does get rid of everything on the screen. And I've just wasted 2 of them really, but I have played a game of this before just to test it out, and I did have a problem with it, which was after the end of the 2nd stage, it didn't load the 3rd stage in, so that may well happen again when I play it now. If it does, there's not much I can do about that, so apologies if that happens. The video will come to an abrupt halt if that is the case. So I picked up another power-up, which is a different 2-way fire, but doesn't seem to be as powerful. But it is concentrating the fire on the enemies coming down. At the moment, the majority of enemies are not shooting. They are just coming towards me, and the idea is just to clear each wave of enemies as they come towards you, and then shoot the next one. Apart from losing that life early on, it's not that difficult so far. That could be famous last words. But yeah, I mean, really nice graphics. Obviously a limited number of colours available on the bead, only a maximum of 8, and I think we've got 4 different ones in use for the backgrounds, and then yellow. This is the end of level boss, by the way, which is a bit naff looking. So basically it's a bunch of installations on the planet's surface, and then shooting at you, and also then some waves of enemies coming down, and some of them fire at you, some of them just sort of attack you or come down in formation. So it's just a case of avoiding the the gun emplacements, and there we go, that's the first level completed. So that's completed. You get a roundup of what you've done, so it tells you how many enemies destroyed. 181, buildings destroyed 70, pretty good I guess. Move on to level 2. So we've got different backdrops now. We've got over a seascape, another classic environment for these kind of games. Different soundtrack in the background. Same enemies pretty much though. I'm sure it really tells you how many bombs you've got. Maybe you've got unlimited bombs? I don't know. When the time comes, I'll fire another bomb and see if it tells you on the score display at the bottom whether there are more bombs to get rid of. There's another power up, so what am I going to get here? I'm not sure. Oh, is that speed? Seems to be moving a bit faster now. Possibly speed. Oh, all those are destroyable there. Oh, and I got killed again. I should have just stayed where I was there. That's a bit annoying. Can't see that. Oh, hang on. Are those smart bombs there? Oh, okay, I think the blue star on the bottom is probably how many smart bombs you've got. Let's just try and blow that. Yeah, it is. Okay. So at least I know that now. And I've used them all. Yeah, with your main weapon, it's a bit weak for eliminating some enemies now. I'm struggling to get rid of anything. Could really do with another power up. You've got to start to get stuff as it first comes onto the screen, I think. So yeah, not much more else. Oh, I've lost another life there. Is that going to be game over? It was just before I got a power up. Yeah, sticking yourself in the corner when a wave of enemies comes down is not great. I've got no lives. I've got no bombs. Let's just see how far I can get. But now I've got a bit more weapon power. Things aren't quite as bad. So it's that classic. If you stay powered up and you don't lose a life early on, then you're probably doing okay. I think it's only, I don't know if the power-ups stack. I've got a feeling from when I played it before that if you get two of the same type, they do stack up and you get increased firepower from that as well. But probably not going to happen in this game based on how poorly I did earlier. There is a bit of flicker when there's a lot of sprites on screen, but we're talking about a 32K home computer here, so you know, let's not be too critical of it. Scrolling, as I said, is nice, and there goes my life, and that's going to be game over. Screen's gone black. Not sure what's happening now. Yeah, it's not looking promising, is it? Okay, so that'll be the end of that then. Nice shoot 'em up game. It's obviously got problems running on my machine for some reason. It's not going back to the menu. So that's all you're going to see of that one. Let's move on to the second game. Okay, so just before I move on to this one properly, just to round up that previous game, really nicely presented, scrolling shoot 'em up, great graphics and sound. Well, sound effects not so good, but the music was good. There's obviously an issue with it running on my machine, which I'm not going to get into. You saw enough of it to get an idea of what it's like if you want to check it out for yourself. So anyway, this game is Electrobots, and now the title screen has gone off the screen, but it's showing you a preview of some of the screens that you're going to see in the game. This is a platform adventure style game. And it was released in 2021 by a developer called Xcode or Oxcode or Oxcode. I'm not really sure the names at the bottom there. This is another free download if you want it. I will again put a link to it in the pinned comment. The overview of the game says the year is 4096. 3 Electrobots are searching Terra Nova for ancient objects. Avoid the aliens and collect all 10 objects. Guide the bots to the exit portal. Good luck. You've got the controls there, and it's gone again, so let's just get started. Okay, I've got back to the title screen there. So yeah, we've got some interesting, so there's a button there for 1, 2 or 3 for zone. We've got pause, quiet, all that kind of stuff. So there's maybe 3 different Electrobots that I've got to switch between. I have had a quick play of this, but I didn't notice that first time round, so I'll explore that straight away. Let's just get on and play it. So let me try that first of all. Ah, okay. Yeah, so that one's in the middle of space. So there's 3 different robots that you've got to use to find different things. So I'm guessing at some point they'll interact with each other. So what you can see on the screen here, let's just move backwards and forwards. It's a flick screen arcade platform adventure type game. Oh, not really arcadey because there's not a lot of action going on. It's a platform adventure kind of game. So your robot can jump and he can also fire, but he can't fire at the moment because he hasn't picked up a gun. So the idea is just to move around the screens and see what you can find. Screens are nicely drawn. There's not a lot of noise. It's just a noise from jumping, basically. He does lose health or energy from falling a certain distance, but you have got 3 lives as well, which I guess is the 3 robots to some extent. Although when I played it before, when his energy ran out, it just went down to life number 2. So you don't know if that means you lose a robot somewhere else or what. I'm not sure. As I said, I didn't know about that thing about switching between robots. So I've picked up, I guess that's a coin there. And you can use these shafts to move up and down. So from my previous playthrough, I recall that you can go to the left here and do a bit. This jump is tricky. And yeah, I missed it. I thought I might have. I've lost a bit of health from falling. This game reminds me a lot of the Superior Software arcade adventure style games. I keep saying arcade adventure. I don't really think they are arcade adventures. Platform adventures. Citadel being the most obvious one. There are enemies patrolling in various places that can injure you. Things to pick up. I'm just going to go to the right here just to show something different. I'll go back and try and do that jump. No, I've fallen down there now as well. Oof. Yeah, it's not going well so far, is it? So you can see a key to pick up there. I can't get to that from this bit of the screen, but, which again reminds me of Citadel. Graphics are really nice. I like the design of these levels with the green bits on them. I'm going to try and do this jump again with the green grass on the red sort of earth, and the animation on your little robot is cool as well. He's quite cute. So you've got to be almost off the edge of this platform to get across it. Nope, I've missed it again, and that's a bit annoying, isn't it? I mean, we're very early into the game, and I just keep expending health over and over again trying to do this jump. So that's a little bit annoying. That could have been a bit more generous. There we go. Just right off the edge of the platform. You're almost basically falling off when you do the jump. And then you can access other areas of the environment. I don't know how many screens it's got. I mean, it says 42 there. This is 41. So maybe 100 screens or something like that. There's a key. Oh, I'll just go all the way across there. Over to the left here is a coin, so I'm going to have to time this right. I'm definitely going to lose health dropping off here, but it's worth it in this case, I think, to go and get this coin. One thing you can do is you can hold down the jump button, and you're not actually jumping, but as I walk across the right here, you can actually, oh, I've got shot. Yeah, stop shooting me. You can actually jump as soon as you're in a clear space to do so. That little red speckledy sort of thing, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a manhole cover or a drain or whatever, but it's allowing me to get into a different part of the level, basically. Getting across here, I wonder if I can jump across here, actually. It looks like it's going to be too far. It is. So never mind that for now. Oh, well, that's not good, is it? It's dropped me straight into a pool of something that's doing me damage, so that wasn't very nice. I don't know how I'm going to get that key either. I can't jump. I'm assuming eventually you get some kind of power up that lets you hover or something. But let's go through there. Oh, that's taking me back there, which will allow me to top my energy up, which is nice. And if I can time this right to drop onto this platform, can I go through that gap there? Oh no, now I'm up there. So that probably means I can drop and get that key. I'm making some progress here. And then down here, I guess. And that's back to where I started. So, okay, that was pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to carry on and see what I can find. There's some kind of question mark thing. I don't really know what that was. Bonus of some kind, perhaps. I've thus far got 200 points, which doesn't seem like a lot of points for the amount of effort I've had to put in so far. What I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to go up here And again. A bit of an explore around here. This is a sort of area that's reminding me of Citadel quite a bit. You've got the speckledy stars in the background, so there's obviously an outside to this place that you're in. The environment landscape changes, so yeah, it just sort of gives me those vibes of Citadel as well. Okay, so there is a door with a red keyhole, and I don't have the right key for that. And I'm not going to be able to get up there. So it now appears that I am trapped. I think I can get out this right hand side. Nope. So it must be time to switch to one of the other robots. Let's see what this one can do. Well, he's underwater maybe? Obviously different colour scheme. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. So he moves really slowly, but he jumps higher. I definitely see. Oh no. He definitely seems to be underwater. It's a diamond there straight. Oh, I can't get that because there's a wall in the way. Oh, yeah. This one can jump in midair because he's in water, I guess. So, or he's got different characteristics for some other reason. So you can double jump or even triple jump, I think. There's another coin collected. So I don't know if those are the objects you've got to collect, or those are just things for bonus points. I can't get through that gap there, can I? So this adds a different element to things where you've got the ability to jump more than once, and if you time that right, you can get around the levels. I never tried that with the other one. Maybe he could do that as well. I don't think he could, though. Oh dear, into some spikes. There's obviously a little gap there to get through. Nope. Need to do a second jump. No. There we go. This area is quite ugly to look at. Oh, I can get through that gap there. It is... the colour scheme is not very easy on the eye, is it? All that pink. There we go. Oh no. There's another key collected there. So that one's got a key now as well. And, oh, well, that's going to let me get through that door. Again, this is another thing that reminded me of Citadel. It's got the double coloured keys and locks. Before I do that, I think there's a gap there, is there? Oh, yeah, okay. So let's just... Oh, maybe that wasn't the right key because there's another one there that's the same sort of double colour scheme. So maybe it's that one I need. There's certainly a lot more to explore here than there was in the first one, in terms of what's actually accessible. How much of it is actually necessary to explore, and how much fun I'm actually having is a bit more debatable. It's not boring. It's a bit samey. I think it's just a case of, am I actually going to find anything interesting going through all this, or am I just wasting my time? But everything's drawn really nicely. Sound effects are pretty limited. You know, I wouldn't expect music in a game like this necessarily, although it would be nice. But yeah, it's okay. It's certainly an interesting looking game. I'm probably not going to play it for much longer. I will switch to the final robot and have a look at what he can see and do. before I give up. But I haven't even lost my first life yet, so it's got the capability for you to make quite good progress by the looks of things. Oh, picked up another one of those things, which that's 3 things. Maybe those are the 10 items you've got to find with the question marks on, because they don't seem to serve any other purpose. You don't get any points, you don't get any abilities that I'm aware of. I still haven't tried firing with any of them either, I just realised. Or not since I tried it with the first one and couldn't do it. Let's just look at a couple more screens. Another coin collected there, and then I will move on to the other robot. Actually bouncing along that one's head there. Oh dear, no. Collision detection is actually quite generous. There's places where I'm touching the spikes or the enemies and I'm not losing any health, so it's fairly I've dropped into a pit there now, which I can't get out of. I can't bother to jump back to the top, so let's switch to the third one. Yeah, I seem to be in a pit there. Oh, so this guy is actually just floating around in space. That's cool. Wow. Let's just go down and see if I can find anything. Just can't fire with this one. There we go. So that's a bit of the level. I assume there's going to be a way into this somewhere. So it's cool that they've all got slightly different environments to move around in. I'm sure eventually you end up getting them into the same place to work together to do something. Wow, I don't seem to be able to find a way in this. So I've absolutely no doubt if this game had been released in, let's say, 1987, then I would have played this a lot. I was a big fan of Citadel and some of the other flick screen platform adventure games that came out on the Beeb. So I think I would have been well into this. And yeah, although there's not a huge amount going on, I feel like I've been here before now. This is identical to the first time, isn't it? Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, I don't feel like I made a huge. Yeah, this is wrapping round for sure. Although I don't feel like I made a huge amount of progress, and I'm not going to be probably playing it again anytime. It's pretty decent if you like these kind of games and you've not played one of these and you've got a BBC Micro, or you can also play it online on the BBC Micro Games Archive. Yeah, this is just, I'm just going round and round in circles here. Yeah, that's the top again, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really understand that because I can't find any kind of objects to any of the keys to get me in there. Let's just go, because what I haven't done is gone off to the left and right. Do I just end up out in space forever? No, it wraps around again. So although it's a you're going left to right, ultimately you just end up wrapping around. But I can't work out how to get into that structure. So I'm going to stop at that point. I've been playing for about 15 minutes, so you've seen a good amount of Electrobots. If you fancy giving it a go, as I say, there's ways you can play it. You can download it, or you can play it online on your browser through the BBC Micro Games Archive, and I'll put a link to the downloadable pages for these games on that archive as well. Oh look, there's the gun, but I can't get in to get the gun, so I don't know. I'm obviously missing something. Can I get through there? No, I can't. So at that point, I'm going to leave it. All 3 are kind of stuck, so I can't be bothered to progress any further. But I think you've seen enough of it to get a good idea of it. As I said, nice graphics, very mediocre sound, lots of screens, which was always a big selling point for games in the 80s. Over 100 screens and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it fits the bill as a decent looking BBC Micro platform adventure game if you can get stuck into it and solve some of the puzzles. So with that, let's move on to the third and final game in this video. It's that time again where I say thank you to all my channel members, whose names you can see here in my Supporters Hall of Fame. If you're enjoying this video and would like to join these fine folks and support my efforts, why not become a member yourself? For a monthly fee starting from just 99 pence, you can get access to the special membership perks shown on screen, and more besides. If you're interested, then please click on the join button below this video for more information. So a very nice loading screen there shows you that this third game is called Night Ninja by Chris Bradburn. It says here based on Samurai Lantern by AdventureBit, and there's a link to the original game there. Not sure which system that was for. Embrace your inner ninja and collect 15 lanterns on each screen and then exit through a door. Beat all 4 levels to set a best time. So simple controls, Z and X for moving, return for jump and shift to attack. This game, by the way, released in 2022, and like the other games, you can get it for free as a download. Escape skips levels to practice, and you've also got sound, volume and difficulty options. I'll just leave all that as default, I think. I don't want to redefine the keys. Okay, so here's another title screen with the best score, currently on difficulty normal, so let's give it a go. So, you're presented with a very nice, colourful sync... Oh, I'm dead. Basically, you get 1 life. As soon as an enemy kills you, you're dead and you have to start again. Another screen there, I'll get to that in a minute. So, very nice single screen platform layout. All you've got to do is collect the lanterns, which you can see currently there's one at the top of the screen. So one appears, you collect that one, another one appears, you go and collect that one, and so on. You've got all these little black creatures coming around trying to kill you. Oh, and I jumped into one of them there, that was a mistake. So yeah, as I say, when you die, it just has to start the whole thing again. Oh, that was close as well. So it's a very simple concept, but it's very addictive. It's very much the, oh, I died, I need to have another go at this kind of thing. As the level progresses, more and more of these enemies come after you, and they behave differently as well. So some will just go straight, some will jump at or drop down at every opportunity that they get. You don't know what's going to happen. It changes every time. So that one could have jumped across, but it just went down. There's also the problem when you get 2 of them right next to each other, they kind of cancel each other out and you might not notice them. It all moves very smoothly. Oh no, I've turned the wrong way. Go again. Obviously the idea is to do it as quickly as possible, but you've also got to be wary of the enemies. Going quite well at the moment. Oh, yeah, when you get 2 coming at once, it can be a bit panic-inducing because you don't see until the last second. So really nice animation on everything. The guy, the way the ninja, I wouldn't really call him a ninja, I'd say more of a samurai. But the way he moves around is really nicely animated, and the way he sort of bobs up and down when he's stood still. Can't get out of this bottom bit at the moment. This is ruining my time. I'm really stuck. Right, let's go up there. Nearly there. Just gotta be careful. One to get. Oh! Let me up there. And the only thing you've got to do at the end is drop through the door, and there we go, I've completed the first level. And on you go to the second level, which has got a much more challenging layout. Different colour scheme. Again, great use of colours on the beeb. Obviously, as I've mentioned earlier, there's only 8 to choose from, but you really feel like this is using the maximum amount of colours that it's possible to use. One could come from behind me. What is that? I've not seen that before. Oh, and they got me. There's something new there bobbing around. So what I'm going to do now, I lasted 105 seconds, so what's that, like a minute and 45, so that's pretty good. I've got a score of 21. What I'm just going to do now is skip on, rather than start from the start, skip on to the second level again and see if I can just complete that one. What is that? That's just another lantern. I thought that looked different for a second. So, yeah. Let's go again. I don't suppose I'll complete this one. Actually, if I do, I don't know if it'll move me on to the next one anyway, so perhaps it doesn't really matter. So the difference here is there's bits where you can get stuck because the platforms are too low for you to run underneath. So that thing there, is that like a hot air balloon, like a little hot air balloon or something? You can kill it. Yeah, there you go. I got stuck there. So you get the idea. Let's move on and take a look at the third level. What on earth? Oh, don't tell me you can now drop through. No, you can't. Okay. Wow. I was expecting you to be able to drop through and onto the level below, but so here you've got to make sure you don't fall off. This in essence looks easier, but I'm guessing the more these things stop bobbing around, the more challenging it's going to get. Oh, and they change direction. Yeah, okay, they home in on you. Let's give that one another go. Sound effects are pretty decent. I mean, you literally just the noises for collecting the lanterns and using your sword. I'm a bit stuck here. Yeah, they're really hard to get past. Yeah, you need to get these things as soon as they come on the screen, otherwise there's going to be too many of them to deal with. Ah, got stuck. Okay, let's take a look at the final screen. The red background's distracting. Oh dear. Jumps sometimes a little bit unresponsive, and that obviously will catch you out. Yeah, I'm dead for sure there. Okay, so let's just have one more game from the beginning. You've seen everything. Let me have a proper playthrough again and see how far I can get. See if I can at least go a bit faster or a higher score than last time. Nope. Let's go again. As you can see, very addictive. Like one of those addictive, must have another go, must do better kind of games. Presentation's nice. The display, score display. Nope. The score display screens and between or when you get game over, the game over screen's nice. I say really colourful, nice animation. The only awful. The only thing that's letting it down a little bit is just the controls are just a little bit unresponsive at times. When you're jumping, that just could be my keyboard, of course. Oh. I am, obviously trying to go as quickly as I can, which is perhaps not the best approach sometimes. Always got to have your eye on these things. 5 to go, 4 to go, 3 to go. There might be a version of this for the C64, maybe that's the original one that was talked about. Can't remember what it's called now, Samurai Lanterns or something like that. Playing this with a joystick might be nice, just to give you that little bit more of a sense of responsiveness. Oh! One to get. There we go. I feel like I did that faster than the first time, but I don't know for sure. My only aim is to try and beat the previous score, which think I might be close to doing. It might need... No, I've definitely beaten the previous... No, yeah, there you go. I beat the previous score and I got a better time. Let's just leave it at that. So as I said, that's a nice sort of game over screen. I could drop the difficulty down to easy or put it up to high. I can't remember how it said to do that. Was that an F key? Oh, okay. So easier, harder, or let's just have one game at the hard level just to see for comparison purposes, and then I'm going to call it a day on this one. I'm guessing it's just that the enemies, yeah, are coming thicker and faster. They're definitely coming faster and definitely coming more frequently as well. Oh. That'll do. Okay, you get it. You get the idea. So there we go, that's it. That's the third of the 3 games I'm going to be playing in this video. Night Ninja, nice little game as well. All 3 of them have been decent. Certainly the look of all of them was great. Playability, the shooter game was a straightforward shooting game, but nicely done. The second one obviously needs a bit of time investment, which I can't really do on this video. I could have been there all day trying to work out how to make progress on it. But again, it seems like gameplay's pretty good. The jumping was a bit iffy at times, but overall there's something about it, you know, to keep you captivated for a decent amount of time. This one is definitely a quicker, more sort of pick up and play arcade game. Play for 15 minutes or however long it takes to get really frustrated with the game, and then you probably wouldn't necessarily ever play it again, but it would be a good one to put on you know, when you got your mates around or whatever, for a sort of high score challenge or something like that. So 3 pretty different games, all nicely done, all available as free downloads for the BBC Micro to play on an original BBC Micro if you've got an SD card reader, or on an emulator, or as I say, you can play all 3 of them online on the BBC Micro Games Archive as well. As I've already said numerous times, I'll put links to everything in the pinned comment on this video. If you've got any thoughts about the 3 games you've seen in this video, then please let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching this one, and until the next time, see ya.